chat, I think. Maybe it's like a few weeks ago. Oh yeah. It's good, man. It's something a lot of like scouts even in invite don't do. I'd say Banny's probably the best at it out of anybody I've ever played with. Yeah, he's really good at that shit. All right. Is your team doing well this season? I don't know what fifth in Maine. Okay. That's good. Very competitive then. Okay. Just gotta move the demo file. Okay. I'll just I can Discord stream it to you. Yeah, that's what I'll be doing. Yeah. Is there anything in particular, any context I should know about the demo before we get into it? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So very aggressive mids. All right. I'm gonna start streaming to you. And okay, stream TF2. Can you see that? Cool. All right. Process. Okay. Process is an interesting map actually. With for a scout, it's like obviously like super scout dependent, like scout favored, but let's see what we do. Okay. Classic rock mid. Just trying to get that spam off. Honestly, I think your pistol spam, by the way, just so little but so minor, but your pistol spam is better off going onto these soldiers than this scout up here. When you're like pistoling on any mid, always try to go for soldiers or the demo man, but especially soldiers, because medics don't really want to heal soldiers very much. And so if you start pistoling them, that HP tends to be more permanent than on any other role in a mid fight. So yeah, sure, no problem, no problem, no big deal. Okay, you ready? Okay, so you go on the rock. You guys are crossing left. Let's see. Okay, they have a lot of high ground right now, but this is more dependent on your demo than you. But yeah, this is really important. It's good that you're taking this fight very confidently, and you're also, it seems like you're syncing up with your... Do you see my cursor, by the way, when I do this? Okay. Okay, so this... Okay. It's good that you're following up on your soldier. This is really, really good. But you're kind of low, so you got to be careful here, like not to be over-aggressive. Yeah, so that was a bold move right there. Like, I think in that situation, just because of your HP, you want to support your soldier's bomb, but I really think that you just stay where you were. You don't like keep holding W, you just stay where you were and hit him for those 50, 60 damage shots and just keep the pressure on. and then you rely on the rest of your team to finish up the rest of the push. You just need more HP to be that aggressive. It's just too bold of a move, even if you're like trying to help out your soldier. Oh, yeah.
The control point is being captured.
Okay, so they have ad now.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Yeah, there's a spy over there. Let's go.
Alert has been. The control point is being contested.
Go, go, go.
Your gun set up.
Control point.
So they come in left. Oh man, nice. Okay, you managed to get the gun to lift a little while. Okay, so this is going to be an interesting scenario to watch. So these situations are very interesting. You're down one. It's even Ubers. They're pushing last. A lot of what is going to come down to winning this fight is just like how quickly you guys can focus down one target. So let's just see how this plays out. So Scout's going on a point, and okay, this is rough. Okay, so two things there. This is not related to you. So two things. Ideally, you don't want to ever be the guy going to point. It should be your demo sticking it or soldiers bombing it, but it's obviously you had to. I will say as well, you had a window to shove on this scout before his team started to support him. I don't know if you saw it when I did, but I just saw him like alone for a little while, and you were coming out and you were kind of like jumping around and like assessing the situation. But I really think you should have tried to see if you could have killed this guy really fast with your buff, because then they wouldn't have even gotten that much cap, and then you would have equalized the pick. So I would have tried to take that fight, and I would have been like, focus down the scout with me, like have your heavy shoot at him, and you could probably kill this guy. But you know, it's like I wouldn't say that round L had anything that like much to do with you, but there are things you could have done to potentially, yeah. And I just think, yeah, you got to find a pick basically. Anytime you're down a number, always like, especially as like a main calling scout, always like try to find a target to get your team on, and then you try to equalize the pick with a fast focus fire. Okay. Okay, yeah, this is great pistol damage. Oh, and this, what the fuck is this? Bro, what? All right, whatever. Free kill. Yeah, that was good getting on that demo. You should try to find your way on a high ground. I don't know if you guys are like, just, okay, you're going into them, yeah, like you said. So this is fine. Keeping your eyes on the soldier. Let's see here. Where's the roamer? I think you know where the roamer is. I'm pretty sure. You've seen him. These guys don't... What the hell? Okay, this... Yeah, yeah. Your men should be with you there. That's all I can say. Good, solid... I mean, solid mid all around. And now this is just sort of like chaos, so... No, it would have been bad, just based on your HP. Your soldier would have been instantly one shot. Your scout wouldn't be able to close the distance fast enough to like so let's say your soldier bombed, hit a rocket. Now this guy's like, I don't know, half health. Problem is, this guy's not going to be able to, neither you nor him are going to be able to close the distance fast enough where that you're going to beat the heals. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it would have been that good of an idea. I think that's a smart call. Like, if it were Banny in this situation, he would probably make a similar call. I will tell you that much. The only way you chase there is if this guy's healthy. If your soldier's healthy, where you can take a few hits, then yeah, fucking chase. Yeah, he keeps the scout occupied while you two close distance, and then easily kill that guy, kill the mid. But no, because if you feed right now, then they're gonna get mid. At least if you cap and you chill, you're gonna get mid. Then they have to push it, and you can play leapfrog. So yeah, just pressure them out, and then force them into you. Are your teammates still trying to go for it, or are they just okay? Okay. Yeah, you're gonna get capped here, which is good. And you can just set up for like a nice clean force on mid.
Freaking point, you moron! Medic!
In this situation, honestly, this is really funny because it's something that bugs me about my team sometimes. So I don't know if you're still just called that he's hitting the medic, but anytime I as a roamer am hitting the medic, like I just think to myself, if a scout is pistoling this guy as well, there's no way they don't use. Always, like if wherever the damage is, always pistol that player. So like if you're pistoling the medic right now, you could be doing like 20 extra damage that scares the fuck out of that player. So yeah, try to make a habit of that. Okay. So this is maybe a team thing, and maybe you're trying to run your mid out and whatever else. But let's see where their heals are. Yeah, their heals are really far back. So in this situation, based on what your soldier's doing, look at what's looking at you right now. Kind of nothing. In this situation, and it's based on the other team's med's positioning, right? So if the med was on point with this demo man, stay here. Good. Don't move. But because the med is so far back and this team is so preoccupied with your soldier, I would say your whole team should be, including Jaguar, like moving up to like where my crosshair is now, just a little bit, like for a moment, not like staying there, just like get really aggressive for like a split second. Because what will happen is right now the med is trying to milk off a roamer. The other team's medic's focus is solely on this guy. He's not worried about trying to pop and save his teammates in front. He's just going to worry about trying to milk and not die to that guy and not force. So if your team gets aggressive on that timing and you just push it up top point, you could probably kill this soldier, man. Like straight up. Or you could basically create space for like your other soldier to do something in it. Yeah, so like when in these moments where the other team's med is really far back, always like I think you should try to like see what you can get away with, especially in scrims. Like if this is a match and you're not comfortable with like what sort of extent you can sort of push that aggression to, maybe like don't do it. But in scrims, you should be testing that. Like, what can we get away with? Like, don't over respect the Uber. The Uber's only as useful as like, you know, how close they can get it. Oh my god, that guy's so low. And that guy definitely would have forced. If your team walked forward and your demo was throwing like really aggro pipes, that guy would have 100% forced. And then you have like what 50 ad now.
Thanks. Let's get on the freaking point, dumbass! Let's go.
Okay.
We have lost the control point.
Yeah, so then you know they're gonna use through. Good. Your demo gets caught out. This is disappointing, but it's okay. You have big ad here. Oh my god, these guys are feeding. Okay, you get 2 picks, 2 for 2. You have no demo, but full ad. This goes. So, okay. Soldier. Okay, it's just a pop through. Okay, so you pop through. Yep. Secure this kill. Yep. And yeah, I mean that's fine. You did what you needed to do with that Uber. I think ideally though, it kind of looked like you guys could have milked through that. I don't know. That's soldier call there or a med call, you think? Okay. Yeah, I would have milked through that. I mean, hindsight is 2020, but I think it was just one guy up here and then everything else was fucking super passive. So you just bully this player out. You get clean. Yeah, you're getting clean. Oh, yeah, I mean, solid Uber anyway. You get 2 picks. You're going to get cat. You should be trying to work off the momentum of those picks right now. You have like a window, basically, like of being aggro that I don't know if your team's going to go off it. I think your window's gone. Yeah, so I mean, it's not your job to be sort of the initiator of that aggression. Typically in this situation, when there's 2 picks like that, like on my team, I as the roamer am looking to see if I can shove through either IT or sewer and like get in for my team. And I'll tell them, right? Like that's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, you're dry fighting because you have 2 picks. That means nothing can really be actually properly holding the flank. If they want to properly hold the choke, they can't be holding the flank because they just don't have enough numbers, which means your roamer can get through. And if your roamer gets through on like 2 picks or your flank scout for that matter, what ends up happening is they have to draw another player into fighting your roamer or your flank scout, which means the choke is really easy to get through. And then you can sort of just swarm them and overwhelm them. But I think that's a call you should be trying to, like, if your roamer's not, like, because on my team, I'm, like, pretty, like, I'll just make the call that I'm going to try to do that myself. I'm saying I'm trying to get in through sewer. But you could, as a main caller, you could, like, technically, like, you could be microing that call and making that play happen. I see. I mean, that's fine. I mean, honestly, like, it's not like, it's one of those things where it's like not a mistake, but it's like a missed opportunity of, and I think if you can take advantage of those opportunities at your level, again, it's going to give your team like a huge edge, because I'm sure nobody else is fucking taking that kind of push. And they're not expecting it either. It's a really passive building spot. I don't really agree with this. I'll say why. Okay. You think they have a much bigger ad. But even then, I guess... So what I will say is, I guess it's like, okay, what I would rather your positioning be is your med's still up here, but you on point, and your soldier's close. Because what could happen, these guys are, like, honestly, what these guys are doing is retarded. Because they're just popping through the doorway. They haven't, like, gotten any information. But if, like, imagine if they just sent their scout wide first, which is what, like, invite teams do. They'll send their scout wide. Oh, look how passive they are, guys. Let's just walk in. They're not going to fucking pop through like this. And then you're giving them all this space, and they're just going to walk in on you. And then if they get point control, you're fucked. Because you basically lose, even if it's even Ubers. Like, so... Yeah, your demo could, like, have his trap, like, he preemptively has put it... Where the fuck is your demo? He could, like, have preemptively put his traps up and choke, and then, like, be, like, playing, like, yeah, on top here, like, whatever, that's fine. And then your soldiers need to be playing close, and you need to be playing on top of point, which is where Paddie would normally be playing on disad. You can build from there. Your med can literally stand right here. Yeah, and he can heal if you play the corner. So yeah, that's why it's a good spot. Also, if they did this, for example, look how far. I want to see this. I'm gonna slow mo this. I want to see if you could have killed this guy, because Paddie goes for this kill all the time, and he mauls when we don't kill him. Let's see. Oh yeah, this guy's so high. Actually, I don't know if you would have been able to kill him, actually, because he's so high. But I think if your whole team was far up, this guy might have actually just fucking insta-gibbed. Like, if you had the proper hold, like this demo insta-gibs, I think he is still gonna insta-gib. Oh my god, yeah. Oh, he barely gets flashed.
The control point is being captured.
Yeah, he did the Paddie move. I've seen Paddie die like this so many times for this guy. But yeah, so yeah. I think if you're just team, like when you're on disad, I know, like, at this level, like, it seems like difficult to deal with, like, a demo bombing in, I'd imagine, because it's like, that's kind of scary. Like, you don't want, like, it's pretty easy for a demo to just bomb in with a big flash and just hit all his stickies in the air. But I think in general, you should try to have your team up, because you want to get information as well, right? And you don't really have any. They could be going anywhere. And it's not your job to, like, get the deep info, because you got to run your med out. But you need to, like, I think having your team play up is really, really important there. So just gives you more options, right? Because if teams, I think you'll reach a level, like maybe next season or whatever, like when you move up divs or whatever, where, like, the players will start to milk more, and then you're going to be like, oh, they're just walking in all the time and we're not pressuring them, and then we're just losing point after point after point because you're not forcing an engagement ever. And then it's just like, oh, okay. I think it's fine right now, like, maybe. Okay.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
Okay. So it's even. They have a sniper. Oh my lord. In general, right now, by the way, I mean, it's not really a big deal because nothing's happening, but just, you know, could be up here instead of down here running around on the floor. Okay, so you want to meet them here, looks like. Yeah, you're going for this. Good in theory, but you lose 2 and your demo's isolated. So I'm not really sure what's going on here.
Alert.
Yeah, this
The
is...
control point is being contested.
I like the idea, but... Okay. I think you should be expecting a flash. I don't know who else would be taking the Uber other than you and like a soldier or you in a demo. But yeah, your demo dying there kind of loses this fight. I think as soon as you realize your demo's dead, you literally just need to be leaving. Like you just need to be gone out. You cannot hold a post Uber engagement no matter how many like without a demo. It's just not gonna happen. The stickies and the pipes just offer so much utility for like locking things out that could be getting in, and like they're all through now because you have no demo, basically. I like that. Yeah, again, I like the idea. It's just you lost too many, which I kind of missed. I don't know how, but you know, I think that might have more to do with your other players. Oh, your med gets out off your distraction. Okay, that's funny that they killed you instead of your med. What the fuck? Yeah. Oh no. Oh, that sucks. Okay. Again, good in theory. It just, yeah, just the execution was poor. I think your demo needs to be tighter to your beam there. That's like just the, like Habib does that shit too. Where like, just, we'll take an Uber and Habib just off in his own universe. Okay, so this is just scrappy fights.
We have lost the control point.
Yeah, try not to die too much here. But you did trade meds, and for some reason you have ad, so you guys got the med. Interesting. They have a sniper still. And no heals. You guys could be aggro on this. Yeah, okay, demo dies. Need somebody to pressure out that sniper. Nice. Your soldier should be on the sniper. Yeah, okay. Takes him a little while. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. One another guy behind. Interesting. I think he flanked IT, right? That's probably where. That just comes down to like, again, like sort of if you do have ad, although to be fair, it's like one of your flank players needs to also be managing that, or like emphasizing I didn't clear X as like something, a call I'll make as well. It's like I didn't clear Y, and then that gets Banny and sort of, you know, the mindset like, oh, there could be something here that I don't know about. So yeah, just yeah. I don't know if your med dies here because he's going for an air shot on you instead of shooting your medic. What the fuck? Beast mode. Your med lives, so that's good. But yeah, just you know, do the classic, like, you know, run through the checklist. Okay, where's the trap? Where's the roamer? Where's the pocket? Once you know where those 3 things are, the world, you know. I mean, I already explained this in my last demo, but just to, you know, mention it again so that it becomes a practiced habit. So yeah, getting in through here, good space creation. Yeah, he's scared of spam and other things. Okay, well, it depends on what you want to do. He needs, if you're trying to use your Uber ad in the last, he should be walking up with you, because what happens when like you take this space for free and then like a team's like sort of like, look at these players in the lobby. Imagine if your med had walked up with you, you're up here with an Uber, you could straight take this in a lobby with 2 players right now and then cut in and like get 2 picks and then push last and win. Another thing is with him staggering behind you so much, this gives this soldier an in. So there's sort of like a separation of space right now between you and your medic. You do have another scout with him, thankfully, which is good. But like, I don't know. It depends. I think with how passive they were holding, there's really no reason for him not to be with you. If there's a lot of pressure and spam, like from point, from the like from this area, from here, like then yeah, maybe sit back a little while you go ahead and make some space and pressure those things off. So, yeah. I mean, yeah, you could have killed these guys with an Uber. I think you might still do that, but like, because I don't know why they're feeding. Okay. Yeah. So now they just gave you free kills. But it's even okay. I don't know why you guys popped in, by the way. I don't know if you thought you had ad. You should have just forced them. Like, yeah, you should have just forced them here.
Control point is being captured.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think. Oh, does this amount to something? Uh-oh, it might that you guys popped there because they got spawns. Yeah, yeah. So that's why that push failed. In that situation, you have so many numbers over them. There's no reason to just pop through. Just like, no problem. Yeah, no problem, man. But yeah, so where are we? So yeah, basically, always pressure for the force there when you have like massive numbers. It's like really important because like yeah, you pretty much lost that last push because you used that gave them enough time to like get spawners. Whereas like because they were gonna get spawners there no matter what, but at least if you force them, you have the ad and then you can wipe them after. So it's just yeah. So yeah, there's a soldier that snuck through here, and I do think that there's an element of like that's potentially your responsibility in this situation. Just like I think you should be playing a spot where you can have vision of this IT push. It's very common on this map that somebody's like when they push out, somebody's gonna try and go wide here. Like yeah, it doesn't even have to be that far back. Just like literally like here. Now you have vision. So and yeah, if you're flank scouts, yeah, especially if you're flank scout, if there's nothing watching that. Soldiers in. What the hell's going on? Scout snuck through and it's weird. Okay. Demo's gonna get forward. You guys can do some pressure here. Shouldn't give this point out. What the fuck? Okay, your flank scout is just in. Just got 2 kills. What the fuck? Yeah, that was the right move. That was the right move. I mean, what your flank scout did. All right. Demo's close. Yeah, I think you just made it out here. Just start building. Should be building right now, yeah. Their ad's pretty large because like yeah, I guess if you met your med, you would have had like maybe 15 extra %. They're gonna hear you building. They might push on it, yeah. So they're getting through now. This guy needs to just die. Oh, they're on crits. That's why they have so much more ad than you. Okay, that makes sense. Crits is pretty bad. Yeah, that roamer that got in should just insta-give. You should get your whole team on that player. Like, at least like 3 of your players on him. Just get that free kill. Ooh, I like this. Double scout Uber. Okay. I feel like you're lucky because there's no sticks here. But, there's even sticks upper. I'll be honest, if you're taking a double scout, I think it's a lot better to go upper. Personally. Go roll out. You can go straight roll out off that. It's just quicker to close the distance. Even if you use like, let's say right at this door, it's way better. But I also think that normally demos do sticky this lower door, like it's very high likelihood, which probably means one or both of you, depending on how you entered, would have been dropped, which would have been very bad. So, but I think you're still going to be able to close the distance on this because, yeah, this is good. Keep going. Yeah, okay. Well, you get 3 picks. Just reset. And then you should probably like go lobby here off those 3 picks. Like, yeah, just go lobby now. Go, 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 go. Yeah. 'Cause, yeah, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. You guys should be moving a lot faster, I think.
We have secured the control point.
Soldiers in ahead. Yeah, this is not good now. So yeah, in that situation there, as soon as you get those 3 picks, you want to go straight through in the lobby. And the reason why you pick lobby outside of any other door is because it's the easiest place to shove players through literally every single door. One soldier or one demo man can lock you out from pushing these areas, and they have one of those alive, so it's risky. Whereas like if you go lobby, they can't hold all 3 doors, so no matter what, your players are shoving and overwhelming, and you can literally like win. So just like move faster there. Like I think even though there was a guy behind and you didn't have cap time, let's let other people worry about that shit. Then you, your demo, and like your pocket should just be fucking going in to last off those 3 kills, and then your flank can play catch up. Yeah. Popping crits for 3 dead. I don't know. I don't know if that's a good trade there. But you do have ad regardless. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, this guy's just in behind. That's your flank there. Okay, this is just kind of chaotic. I don't know, just scrappy. Good plays, I guess. Good shots.
Go, go, go! Incoming!
So you have a small ad. If you hard build it, it might be a little bigger. Oh, you get another pick. You should maybe see if you can like walk in a little. I think that looks like what you want to do. I don't know. On like a soldier kill or a demo kill on even Ubers like this, especially because they're just getting set up. I don't know if you know that, but I think it's safe to assume they're just getting set up because you just had a second fight. Try to see if you can like get in through 5 or something like that. Oh, you're on crits as well. Okay, interesting. Try to see if you can get in through 5 and just see like what's. Yeah, see how much space they give you. If they give you a lot of space, you commit to it. If they don't, back up, play your ad. No risk, no harm, no foul. Yeah, you're already gonna do it ahead of time. You're gonna try and walk in. You gotta get this gun down though. You need a spot on the gun, and you need that shit spammed, or this crits won't be as good as it could be. I'm just gonna see how your team takes this. Oh my god. Yeah, see that gun has now prevented you guys from like going wide. Like you could have like flooded. So even though your crits got nothing there, you could have gotten all your players through off the crits because they don't have Uber yet. But this gun is like always just make sure that you guys are like spamming down guns, especially on crits. Like on Ubers too, but at least with an Uber you could kill it with the Uber. But yeah, like before you take a crits, spot the gun, spam it down, then you got it. Then you take your crits so that your team can flood. In the event your crits doesn't really get that many kills, it's still like a space creation tool in that respect.
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
So they have their Uber now.
Yeah, thanks. Doc, come on, man!
So I don't really like your positioning, by the way, there at the start. You're neither really spotting deep lower, and you're also not playing with really tight to your meds. You're kind of like in a weird middle ground where you're not really watching anything, and you're also kind of somewhat caught out. If you're going to play up like that, you need to play the corner here so that you can get the early spot, and that way you won't get caught by this. And you'll be like, oh, they're coming lower, and then you run. Or you just play passive and not worry about spotting and let somebody else do that. So just a little minor positioning thing. I don't know if you die here or not. Oh my god, you don't. That's funny. Yeah, so just recommit, and you have ad, so you just be bullying them out. Your boy Owen is so deep all the time. That's funny. I don't think he should have been dying there. I don't know if he had no choice or what, but no. Okay, where? What the hell? I don't know if you like called that you wanted to go 1 or what, but if oh, they're on crits. I see still. Okay. I mean, going raw, that's good for the crits. I'll just say, I don't know. I don't think you should be pushing another door there. You should just be behind your med.
The control point is being captured.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think. This is bad luck that you died. But it's probably like always a good bet to be with your med there. Because I don't know how he died, but maybe there's a universe in which your speed gets him out where he doesn't die. Okay, so they're coming in here. Your players need to be jumping on these guys. They're so isolated from their heals. You could legit just send both soldiers in right now. You get 2 picks, or even kill the medic if they land behind them. And your team should be getting aggressive. This is like a window I would see as a soldier. So you should encourage your team to do that. And then you can get really aggro on that. Oh my god, so much damage on the med. Okay, yeah, your soldier commits. This is good. Yeah, keep the pressure on. Oh, your pocket there? Yeah. Should be a double bomb. Also, don't drop off. I think I really like your aggression there, but you should keep like dancing on the top. Don't drop off because you kind of just. I mean, that's why you died essentially. You could have still killed that demo man without dropping off. So I don't think you need to drop off for that kill. And then you'd still be alive, and then you could get more kills and rack up more kills and more spam, more damage, and all this other stuff. Yeah, this guy needs to jump, I think, or should have earlier. I mean, it's fine if he wants to bait your roamer. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But he should be going in off of your roamer at least. What the fuck? Okay. So 3 dead. You're gonna, yeah, it's just gonna be you and your med. Your spawn times. So you have a 2. You can either give up point completely, or you can try to, yeah, you can stall for time. Now, what that means is don't take the trade right away. Let them move on to cap, and then take it as like, well, they just want to go into you. Okay, so you have no choice here. You have to take this right now. So this is fine. Yep, good force. Try to make them multi here if possible. Okay. No. Okay, thank God. I was like, your med's like almost didn't let you die there. This is really good. So taking that trade there is really, really good. Just it would have been bad if you had longer spawn times, but it's good because you have short ones, and these guys are literally about to fucking explode on them at choke. So this is a really, really good trade. And it's fine that you used first as well, because now they're overextending with their I'm sure you've been on my stream when I've talked about this and why that's good. So that's good there. This is really, really good. Perfectly baited them in. Your boy Owen is deep as he is. I like the confidence this guy has, by the way. He seems like he makes a lot of space for you guys. Yeah, I think it's fun to have players like that on your team that sort of like, you're like, well, it's kind of 50-50 whether they're alive or dead at any given moment, but we don't rely on them to be alive 24/7 to win. Okay, your positioning is great. So just keep this positioning. Ah, shit, man. Could have gotten those kills, but whatever. That's what? Well, I think a lot of it. Okay, so I guess the thing to point out there is like you did lose like 2 randomly, and I think like if you don't get those immediate soldier trades, you need to just fucking get out. So it's like I kind of live by like the 5-second rule. So like if you lose a player and you don't get a trade in like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, get the fuck out, because you're not getting that pick. And you're gonna just be down a player, and then like that's 5 seconds of spam advantage that they have over you. So in a hypothetical universe where you're just playing like the pure numbers game, they've done more damage than you. It might not always be true because they might miss and you might be hitting all your shots, but it's not a gamble you want to take. So that's something like as a main caller, I think you
Our
should be
control point
like,
has
well,
been
I lost
captured.
2 there. If we don't get a trade in like 3 to 5 seconds, yeah, let's get the hell out. And then that way, like, you lose less players than you would have. Nice try on the hunting spot. I probably would never do that as a combo scout. Maybe as a roamer, but I think as a scout, it's just too much of a gamble. Your class is too powerful. Oh no, you're gonna lose 2. That's really not good. Your roamer should not be taking any risks whatsoever after you die. Like, your risk was the one risk you could afford to take, and after that, nobody else can afford to take risks. Because now they have technically 2 picks, and yeah, here's the demo in on that. They're pushing before they have Uber, but I'm sure you guys aren't aware of that. You have a level 1 gun. You kind of free cam this one. This is really bad. They're getting so much space without having used. It's looking grim. Yeah, we're still dead. No force. Look at all the space they have. They use. Yeah, you guys are fucked here. This looks like a round L. No way. They beef? What is this beef? Where's Soyant? Okay. Alright, whatever. They're the enemy. We're not here to fucking help them out. But yeah, they should have won that round, like 100%. And honestly, that just stems from like, okay, so like your risk was fine to take because what you lose from dying there is not that much. Your death is like early enough that you'll be alive. But at the same time, you have to when you do things like that, you have to like sort of think to yourself like, what am I really gonna get if I sit in that corner? At best, you get 1 kill. At best. And what is that 1 kill really gonna do for your team? Is it gonna stop them from pushing last? No, unless it's the medic. But yeah, so that's like why I would say like don't even bother with that, because like yeah, you're gonna get 1 kill and then you're stuck behind, and they might just ignore you and push last, which is really bad, especially if you're like a main caller on your team, because then you can't like really sort of rally your troops in that regard because you're stuck behind now. Now they're sort of like on their own, which is like really bad. But it's fine that you died there. Ultimately, like your death wasn't what it was. Your roamer's death that really sort of fucked things up there. And I think it's important to sort of like make sure your team knows that like, okay, we can only afford 1 death here. If we lose 2, we're gonna lose the round. Like you basically, if they had done what they should have done, you basically would have lost that round just off the 2 deaths there. It was nothing that your whole could have done. Like maybe I guess your pocket should have tried to just commit way earlier to make them use sooner at least. But ultimately, if he goes down while your roamer's still down, now you're 2 soldiers dead. Now they can play point really easy, pressure out your demo. Like so, it's like you kind of lose no matter what. It's just losing those 2 players before the push is what really screwed you over there. But I think yeah, always like when you take gambles like that, like make plays, always think about what you're really getting out of it if it succeeds versus what you're getting out of it if it fails, or they're getting out of it if it fails. So they already have ad, right? So if you die there, I mean, you just make their ad even easier to push off of, because it's the probability of you getting a force or like a med or a demo pick is just too low. Just that risk reward sort of thing you gotta run through your mind. Okay, cleaning up free kill here. You guys have ad because they beefed their last push. You got 2 picks. I don't think you needed to use there. Yeah, I mean, I think you were alone, so maybe you're med panic. But at the end of the day, just like, I don't know, just kill that guy, and then because you could literally just be like 1 on cap right now, pushing second. Well, your scout's dead. I don't know, maybe like a roamer or soldier on cap, but like, could have been rolling completely off momentum. Okay, this is just like people not getting set up on doorways. It's more projectile based, so I'm not gonna worry about that. But yeah, you're after you take an Uber like that and you shove a team out, your soldiers and your demo need to be locking out everything. Especially if your Uber's not that good, which it wasn't, because they might just try to like see if they can shove through. So yeah, this is obviously in a situation your team's wiped, so it's fine to go for this play, no big deal. Because at least your spawn timings will be relatively synced. So yeah. I think ultimately, if you're able to like not use there and you just fucking maintain your ad, I mean, this is just such a different situation. You would have just straight up won the round, I think. Wiped them on second, won the round. Okay, Owen's kind of dead early. I don't know what happened. Your soldier's in. Yeah, you're managing the soldier well. You know he's there. You get the force. Really good from your team there on that pressure. And you have 3 picks. So now you're going to try and be aggro off that. So one thing to bear in mind is it's good that you're going fast and aggro there, yeah, but this guy's not going to do anything. His bomb's kind of shitty, I think. But I do think like it's important to know. Oh boy. Okay, yeah, he whiffs. Thank God. But I think it's important to know there, like when you're like like you can still pressure that demo man without like holding W in him. I feel like he's gonna die no matter what there. So, because like I would be concerned about like the stray roamer in that situation. Like where the fuck is Private Hive? He just does a really shit bomb, but I think his positioning was actually really good to potentially get in on your med. So just something to think about there. Like I think if that demo has a chance of leaving, then yeah, hard tunnel to get that kill, but I don't think he really ever did. He was just so caught out, so I wouldn't really like. There's a universe in which that roamer gets like a deeper bomb off, and then your med's dead because standing up there is really fucking dangerous and roll out. So big ad here. You have a soldier pick. These guys are shoving. You need soldier bombs for right now. Okay. Yeah. He's spawning. The scout needs to die. This is so chaotic. Okay, you get 3 picks. Your demo's dead though. Okay. That was weird. Okay, it seems like this is just your team, but it seems like you guys are not great at like getting on doorways. You seem to be letting them through a lot, and that's where these guys are getting a lot of these random picks. Jaguar needs to be setting up stickies like constantly on doors, like every time you guys are pushing, and then your soldiers need to be holding the other doorways that your demo doesn't have trapped up. Like it needs to be like really fast. You'll probably like wipe them more. Every time they try to do that, you'd be wiping them if you had your team doing that. Oh, this is the wrong scout. Okay. So it's even. Only a game down. These guys are so aggro, man. What the fuck? Stickies. I hope you see them. Okay. Yeah, I don't think you really checked those stickies. Didn't look like it. You might have not been focused on them. It's not a big deal though, because your med doesn't die. So it's 1 for 1. There's soldiers coming in. Okay. You have a pick right now. You should try to cut your heals into lower, possibly. If possible. Like, or yeah, this. Okay, this works. It's a bit bold, but you do kill the demo off it. Very aggressive. This is maybe too aggro. I think what you really need to be doing is sitting back here. Now that you have a demo pick, you should be trying to see how many of your players you can get through to get a force, get them up top, behind. Like, you're kind of just feeding here. Like, I don't even, they might panic use if they're dumb, but they really should just be insta-giving you right now because nobody can help you. Yeah, the thing is you're rushing ahead of your team. I think that was like a really on-the-fly trade call, or not trade, like just pop call. So the thing is you got to understand that your players are not like set up to like follow up on that a lot of the time. Like if you make, there's nothing wrong with making a call like that, but you need to recognize the situation and recognize, okay, my roamer's not going to be fucking pushed up and roll out already. My flank scout's not, like nobody's going to be pushed up. So that's why you just go out like through where's somebody who's there? Through like this doorway and just play this platform, and you just wait for your team to catch up because you do have time. Like the demo's not going to instantly respawn. You don't need to rush. You don't need to panic. Let your players get through. You live. get a clean force, and even if like worst case scenario you don't win the round off of it, you're trying to, because you want to get your soldiers up top. Even if you don't win the round, you got a force. Now you have ad pushing in the last. Really good leapfrog scenario there. So that's how I would have played it. But instead, you're dead, and you didn't really get much off of it. Which again, like your death tier is not gonna fucking lose your team the fucking round or even the point. I don't think, but it's just missed opportunity, you know. So yeah, your team's still going for this force here. This is very bold. Okay, let's get on here. So they lose both their scouts. Oh my god. Yeah, your whole team should be trying for back cap right now, I think. This is just... okay. This is weird. I feel like you guys, like, did not respect their Uber enough there. It's kind of odd. You do have players going for back cap, but it's like... the timing is kind of fucked. Like, if your med lives there and you live, like, the back cap play is really good. So then you guys can, like, fight second with your heals. But it's just like you guys died. I don't know. Just gotta respect their ad more there. Your team. Hey, it is even though you're only down a scout, so don't let them through. IT. Soldiers in. Okay, let's see this situation. Yeah, Roamer should not be dropping off, should be staying up here. This is gonna let them through if he eats too much damage. So this is good. Yeah, this is fine. Keep the pressure on these doorways. Yeah, I knew this was gonna happen. I saw your roamer leave IT open. You might not be aware of that at the time, but like, again, just since you didn't really, technically, I don't think you really committed on any target there. I mean, you were like pretty far forward and aggressive, but I do think you can afford a glance in that situation because they're not really looking at you, just to be like, what's IT? What could be IT? Because you need to be thinking about, like, again, it's like partially your roamer's responsibility, but also I think your roamer made the right call to bomb in. Because, like, yeah, there might be a guy flanking. I assume your roamer called his bomb, right? I assume. So yeah, off of that information, you should be like, oh, flank's not being watched. Somebody could be getting through. It's not like your job to deny him, but you could be more ready for this than you are. Because I don't think you'd be able to deny him unless you played really passive. But it's okay. He just doesn't get a lot done anyway. But always like paying attention to those timings and openings when something could be getting through. It's like again, that's something that Paddie does very, very well. Just without like being told, he just has information, listens, and then it's like, oh, something could be in. This is good. Good pressure. You need to be getting beam. You guys take this in the last. Really aggro. One of you should just be going straight to point. Okay, I will say you've made a mistake here. I don't know if it's going to cost you anything, but the mistake you've made is over tunneling there. You basically did what like a soldier should be doing. So rather than like shove so hard there, because first of all, you're like tunnel visioning, so you actually have no idea what's happening around you in that moment. And so you're going to back up here and you're just going to die because you don't even realize that all these players are over here. I would have much rather just seen you take your Uber up to here and then like either backed up behind point or like on the floor here or like taken top right. You want to end your Uber like in a good position so that you can like slow the fight down and close it out. I don't know what's going to happen here, whether you like your team doesn't get, yeah, looks like your team might not get this, yeah. And I just, in my head, I'm, oh no, dude, I hate this bug. Please stop shooting. Okay. So in my head, I'm like, if you just get really aggro and then you reset top right and then you just post your heals and you play for like a post Uber, like you're trying to win the round too quick there. You're low on time though, I think. So that might be why. But it is only 1-0. So I think you should just try to focus on like, especially when you take like as a combo scout, when you take an Uber like that, don't worry about like fragging them out and like getting the kills right away. Worry about ending your Uber in a really good spot where you can like play the slow post Uber fight, because that's where you're going to thrive the most. Yeah, I think that's really what you should be doing there, because like all these players are low. So if I think in my head, I'm like, if you're just up here and you're buffed with your med, you could literally win this 1v4. Hypothetically, everybody could die, and you're buffed with your med, and you could just one shot, kill the demo. You win because you're just playing slow and playing buffed. They have no heals, right? So that's the way you should be doing it. I just think, yeah, you just over tunneled in the spawn. So just like if you're gonna take that Uber, like cut into point here, right? Good, and then cut right, and then that way you can sort of have positioning, lock out the spawn, and then support your teammates on point, but without endangering yourself. I think this is like last little bit. So you guys have. Oh, just trying to rush down the point, I guess. I actually think you have enough time that you could have like been more patient, by the way, and like maybe had a more coordinated push. Like it's a minute 12. Nice try though. I didn't look at the stats. Oh yeah, you guys are just rapping. That's why. If you get this kill, yeah, this could be really good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If you get this good rap play.
The control point is being contested. Alert. The control point is being captured.
Wow. Good way. Yeah. So you get this. It's good. I like the call on the rap play there once you knew they were going IT. It was good. So yeah. Okay. So hold on. I'm just gonna turn my AC on because it's gonna fucking hot. One second. Gathering from this demo. So I feel like your fundamentals have gotten a lot better just in the role. I can tell already. Like I feel like I have a lot less to complain about. Like, oh, he's in the wrong spot, or he's not paying attention to soldiers as much. It feels like, yeah, you've improved a lot in that regard. So that's really, really good. And especially since you said your main calling, I'm really more focused on where you're kind of directing your team and stuff like that. So let's think here. So I think like the big thing is I think you got to try to assess situations for your team a little bit better, and I really think you got to think about like whether you're going to win the fight or not. I feel like, and this is really common for like most people, like name calling and stuff, like honestly even at an invite level, people tend to struggle to like make the distinction on whether a fight is going to be winnable or losable, and then you'll like wait around to see if you can get a kill, but you're waiting around too long and then you just die. So try to like live by like a 3 to 5 second rule. Anytime you lose a player, you need to equalize. If you don't equalize, you need to leave. There's just no like in between. You can't like play this weird game where like you're kind of hoping that something eventually happens, because again, the numbers don't play in your favor. So hold on, I'm gonna stop the stream for a second. The numbers don't play in your favor at all. So you need to like make that quick assessment and like, are you gonna get a kill? If not, just leave. And in every situation, it's better to have left and potentially missed a kill than stayed for a potential kill that you don't end up getting, and then your team wipes and you lose the round. Another thing is, didn't happen too much because a lot of your Uber ads were fairly good, but in that last push, big take, just like make sure you're ending your post Ubers in really good positions, because you want to like, especially on a last like process. So I might actually like, it's wide open and big, really easy to kite. You're not gonna like wipe them. It's like almost impossible on last like process, on last like that's another one that's big, Metalworks. Like those kinds of maps with huge lasts, you're never going to just like wipe a team. It's just not going to happen. So you need to be playing to end in like good positions so that you can sort of just collapse on them and like from good positioning, like whether it's what else? I'm just trying to summarize this big thing. Uh, make sure you're staying on high ground. I think that was a common thing. I think when you like take engagements, you like commit to them really hard because you want to get that frag fast. I mean, there's two schools of thought, really. Like, you could look at it this way: there's like a Slumnish combo scout, and then there's a Banny combo scout, and I don't think either one is wrong. Slumnish is the kind of combo scout that will give up his good positioning to quickly frag somebody out. He does that very often. He's very good at that. And then Banny is somebody that will not give up his positioning and sort of like just play, trust his team to clean up, and he's just hitting like 30s, 30s, 30s. Like, he's like helping, but he's never committing his life. And that's because of the nature of the role Banny plays. Like, the team revolves heavily around him and like his main calling. So he likes to be alive very often so that he can sort of control situations. So again, I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with like trying to commit for those kills if you get them fast enough. Because like when I played Combo Scout, that's sort of was more my tendency. I like to try to get fast kills and stuff like that. But I think objectively the better thing to do is to maintain your positioning and not take the risk. Because again, in the current meta, you're the most important role in the game. And like if you die, your team is always going to be at some kind of deficit. Like even if you have numbers, like, it's just, I don't know, it's just not that good, and your meta is going to struggle to like escape because your flank scout isn't trained to like always worry about your medic and so on and so forth. So I would just try to like every time you're like taking fights like that and being aggro to support your soldiers, try to take them from spots where you're like, again, you're hitting solid mid-range damage, but you're not like, they can't really hit back at you, and then you're guarantee you're going to live more and you're going to kill more. So, other than that, I thought overall you played quite well, and again, like just big jump from what I saw in the last demo. So yeah, that's very good to see. You're not as aggro. Well, it's because you're playing good positioning now. That's the thing. Like in general, like obviously you're dropping off sometimes, but in general, you're playing safer and playing better spots, which means, yeah, players can't commit on you. When you're playing the floor like that, as much as you were in the last demo, like, yeah, people are going to bomb you and you're just going to get killed. But now, like, soldiers are more intimidated by you, and that's a huge key thing for a combo scout. You want to make sure that every soldier you play against sort of fears and respects you to an extent. The good ones will find ways to work around that, but most of the soldiers in the game will never be able to figure out and deal with that. And I mean, that's why Banny has as much success as he does, because, yeah. I don't know if there's anything else you had to go over or anything like that in particular. I do have time. Yeah, for sure. Your projectiles are not doing a great job of holding doors. I think your roamer's trying, but I think he seems to he needs the help of your pocket. So you should try to emphasize that to your pocket. Hopefully he's not too stubborn, but it's really, really important that you help him out. That Mhm. It is just like show him the openings of like when every time your roamer bombs, like he should be doing something off of it. Doesn't have to be like bombing the same thing as your roamer, but he needs to be doing something. He cannot just be idly. Is your roamer like? Does he call pretty much all his bombs like pretty well? Okay, so yeah, your pocket has the opportunity to pay attention to that, and I think there's nothing wrong with not being a proactive soldier. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a fine style to play. But what that means is you need to be reactive to your teammates. And so your pocket should just focus on listening to what you're saying and what because that's what I do. I when I roam, I'm listening to either. Well, a lot of times I'm initiating, but if I'm not, which is sometimes what happens, I'm listening to either what Banny says or what Jay says because I'm just trying to pay. Like, what can I do to sort of work off of whatever they're doing? So you should just focus on listening to your roamer and then getting in. I mean, again, what he does is not that important as long as he's being aggressive and trying to like do something off of the space your roamer's creating or the space you're creating. So I don't know. I'm sure he'll figure it out. It just takes some time, especially like because soldiers go through this phase where like they're scared of feeding, and he might have that fear of like he doesn't want to be a feeder and like die all the time. But I think he needs to learn how to take those risks. So like right now, 20-0. You might beat me. I don't MG very much. Fuck. All right. Yeah, I'll MG you. Sure. I don't normally do shit like this, but you've improved. You're my proudest mentee, you know, out of the fucking like what 3? Yeah. Yeah, I want to get back onto streaming. It's just I've been playing like what I've been busy with is like um mainly a lot of Valorant actually. It's like I'm trying to like yeah, somewhat seriously. So, but I think so the problem is I have TF2 scrims and I'm trying to play Valorant. I don't know. I might stream tonight. I'm not sure. I think I might do that. So yeah, I basically I stream scrims. The only reason I stopped streaming was because we went a week playing Ascent and we didn't want to stream for them to scour our VODs and try to anti-strat us. So then I sort of just was like, it's like hard to get back on that. But yeah, I'll probably be streaming a little bit more often into the end of the season. So I think yeah, today I'll probably be streaming. Yeah, sure, man. For sure. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I do. Yeah, I think I'm getting to have the time a little bit more right now. So yeah, it's a good time. Is there anything you want me to play in particular?
Let's get him! Yeah, there's a spy over there!
Now you've got my IP, and I'm getting DDoS for fucking playoffs. It's fucking cringe. That's good. More spacing.
Hey, I can see my face from here!
I will say, don't take like MG too like seriously. It's like I'd say it's purely good just for like your aim, nothing else. Because you don't. Just battling these mid things. And I will say one thing is this is an MG thing, but I think the way you play is very good for self-improvement, but you could probably be beating me if you like when I'm in these sorts of spots. You should be respecting the position I have and just sort of like forcing me into you when you have health advantage. And maybe that's a tendency, sort of like even I could see in your sixes gameplay. Like I think you want to like finish kills if you get them low, like really hard, and you want to like chase it down. I think sometimes it's just better to like just if you have an advantage and they don't really have an exit, there's no reason to like fucking commit yourself because you're taking a gamble, especially against good players. Like if you like turn this and I know you're gonna try to push me, I got pre-fires and things that I can hit that I'm expecting you to push on. So also, what was I gonna say? There's one other thing I observed. Make sure that you want to sort of chip me down before you get aggressive, basically. So like in MG, like you should be trying to like stay in your lane and get me like make me lose my buff at least in the first like chip down my buff. Then once I've lost my buff, then you start closing distance and getting in on me. And I would say that's just appropriate for any sort of engagement, even in sixes. Like it's applicable. Like you want to chip down their buff before you hard commit to the fight, and once their buff's gone, then you sort of like you can play super combat because at that point it's like a two shot no matter what class, really, like hypothetically. So yeah. Yeah, I'll probably be streaming tonight. So peace out.